Do you think it's difficult to like travel in Japan with like zero Japanese?
I would say finding accommodation super difficult.
True.
Yeah.
What do you think is like the first like big language barrier that you felt when you first came to Japan?
People always seem nice and they're interested in where we're from.
Hey guys, I'm Sota.
I'm Yuta.
And today we're going to be interviewing foreign people here in Japan and asking them how it is like to live or travel in Japan with zero or close to zero Japanese language skills. Now let's go.
Let's go.
Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Sota.
Nice to meet you, Cameron.
Cameron, nice to meet you. Which country are you from?
I'm from Canada.
Canada.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how long have you been like living or traveling here in Japan?
Yeah, so I've been here 1 month, but I came here last year on vacation for 2 weeks,
Okay.
and I fell in love with Japan, and I wanted to learn more about it, and I wanted to learn Japanese. So now I'm
Oh,
here
that's
for a
cool.
year with a visa.
That's great that you like Japanese culture.
Yeah.
How is your like Japanese language skill?
Mecha choto. It's like I can understand like basic hiragana and katakana, and maybe I can order food at a restaurant. But when it comes to like a real conversation, I'm not there yet. So
Okay.
yeah, still learning.
Well, what do you think is like something difficult for like people who speak little Japanese, like living here in Japan or traveling in Japan?
I think as soon as you get outside of Tokyo, there's like zero English skill. So within Tokyo, I feel confident to go around to an izakaya and order something and meet some people because everyone in Tokyo speaks a little bit of English because there's so many foreigners, right? But I went to Tohoku, Aomori, and Akita, and I was so lost. I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, that's true because like a lot of in a lot of cases, people in Tokyo, for some businesses or companies, you know, like English, a little bit of English is like required to be.
Right?
Yeah,
Because
so.
there's so many foreign customers.
Yeah. But for like rural areas, like a lot of people don't speak English. So yeah.
So yeah, I found it so hard to travel in Tohoku,
True.
but I loved it there. But I just couldn't pass the language barrier, so it was difficult.
Well, what was like the first language barrier that you felt after coming to Japan?
Just trying to open up a bank account was super difficult.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because now that I'm studying here now, I want to open up a bank account, and just the only word I know is ginko. So I go in, I'm like, watashi ginko, and then it was this whole language barrier, and I couldn't even open up a bank account. They like declined me.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
so it was more difficult than I thought to open up a bank account here.
Okay, well, this is the final question. Do you think like that Japanese people, even though they don't have like that high English skills, do you think they're helpful or understanding for like people who have like low Japanese skills?
Yeah, so I noticed like in the train stations, Ikebukuro, Shibuya, Shinjuku, I always get lost. And the Japanese people will always take a really good way to help me. Like they don't just tell me where to go. I'll show them my phone and be like, I need to go here. They will walk me there.
Really?
Because I'm probably going to get lost along the way. So that was one of the super helpful things. Even if they just speak a tiny bit of English, they're going to go out of their way to help you. So it's really nice of the Japanese
Well,
people.
that's really good to hear. Well, thanks so much for the interview.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
You too.
Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Sota.
Nice to meet you. I'm May.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Well, first of all, which country are you guys from?
I'm from Ireland.
Ireland.
I'm from Ireland and Botswana.
Okay. How long have you been traveling or living here in Japan?
I've been here for the past 6 days.
6 days.
Yeah.
I've been here for 2 years
Oh,
almost.
so you live here?
Yeah, in Osaka.
Osaka. So you're coming here to Tokyo.
Yeah, for her. To
Okay.
see it.
Yeah, just visiting.
Well, what is your Japanese language skill?
Doesn't go past konnichiwa.
Mine is pretty beginner as well.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think is like something hard or difficult about living in Japan or traveling in Japan with little or no Japanese skills?
I think maybe eating out, a lot of the menus are in Japanese, so you don't really know what the food is. Say that would be the top one for me.
I would say like more local areas, trying to get buses and stuff. It's all in Japanese, so it's super difficult.
Well, this is a question for you. What do you think is like different about traveling in Japan with like little Japanese and like living in Japan with little Japanese?
I feel like living here, you can find your own comfort, but when you travel, you put yourself out of your comfort zone. Yeah, but it's good. It's good to travel. I would say get out there. Yeah.
What would you say is like the first big like language barrier that you felt when you first came to Japan?
Ooh, maybe the transport stations, trying to figure
yeah.
out the transport stations. Yeah, I would say that.
There are a lot of like
Yeah,
train
kind of
stuff.
figuring it out. A lot of the maps are
That's
in
hard.
like Japanese, so.
I would say finding accommodation super difficult.
True.
Yeah. And also just like trying to figure out what you need for your accommodation.
Yeah. Well, that's all the questions. Thanks so much for the
Yeah,
interview.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Have a good day.
Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Sota.
Hi, Elise.
My
Nice
name
to
is
meet you.
Yuta.
I'm Barry.
Nice to meet you.
Meet you.
Which country are you guys from?
We're from United States.
The United States. How long have you been living here or traveling here in Japan?
Well, we've been here before for about 3 days, but we've just got in last night,
Okay.
so we're kind of tired.
We're jet lagged.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, how's your Japanese language skill?
We don't have any.
Like close to
Nothing.
zero?
Yes, I would say less than zero.
Well, what do you find difficult about traveling here in Japan with zero Japanese?
Well, we found
It's not that hard.
it's not that hard. There's a lot of places that are have both English and Japanese, and we use a lot of Google Translate, and you can use the camera thing and look at signs and
Yeah.
get it. Yeah, and a lot of people
So
are
it works
friendly.
out. Yeah.
You know, there's people like you.
Yeah.
Where did you learn your English?
At home, actually, yeah.
You sound like you're from Los Angeles.
Thank you. Well, do you think that Japanese people, even though a lot of Japanese people have pretty low English skills, do you think they're helpful or understanding for foreign people who have close to zero Japanese?
You think they help people? You mean here?
Helpful.
Yeah. I mean, I found them helpful.
Yeah.
No, I think it's been good.
What do you think?
In a
Yeah.
day.
People always seem nice, and they're interested in where we're from. And if they have a little bit of skill, they want to try and talk and work on their skills. And if not, they do the best they can. And that's where Google Translate comes in. So it works out.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
This is the last question. When did you where did you first feel a large or huge language barrier when you first came to Japan?
I would say in restaurants.
Restaurants.
Yeah. You have to decide. You have to. You can only go to certain restaurants.
Yeah.
Where you can. Well, now with Google Translate, it's not so bad. Where you can do the camera and look at the menu.
Yeah.
But before I knew about that, I was here for just a few days after we were in India and just sort of came here before
That's
going
right,
to
this is the
LA.
third time.
And I couldn't. I just had to stick to the restaurants that had English menus, and so it sort of cut out 70% of the restaurants that I couldn't. That's about it, really.
Less options for restaurants.
Less options, yeah. I mean, I had to just play the dumb American and go where I could read the menu.
What do you think?
But now it seemed a little different, don't you think?
I think we've gotten used to it. I mean, this is your third trip and my second. So we're better at it. We know how to cope with it.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the questions. Thanks so much for the interview.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a great day.
We're going to have to look at your YouTube channel.
Thank you.
All right. Okay.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Yuta.
Hey, I'm Ivan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
France.
Okay, France. How much Japanese can you talk?
Not much at all. Just the basics.
Do you think it's difficult to travel in Japan with zero Japanese?
I think it's a bit difficult. It's okay. We can work out, but mostly it's not that easy because as soon as you want to order things, you just ask for directions. Sometimes you can just struggle a bit. English is not that easy also to speak, so most of the time, yes, it can be a bit difficult.
Well, what's the first biggest barrier that you felt when you came to Japan?
I came to Japan for work because I am a researcher, and the first thing we had to do was to discuss research with people from Japan, and it was quite difficult for us to be able to understand each other on very deep subjects such as math and robotics.
Okay, so that's all the questions. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Sota.
My name is Yuta.
My name is Camille. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Camille, also. Also Camille. Yeah.
Nice to meet you. First of all, which country are you guys from?
From Poland.
Poland? Yeah. How long are you traveling? Are you traveling here or are you living here in Japan?
No, we are.
It's actually our first day here.
Yeah,
Your
we
first day in
arrived-
Japan?
We arrived yesterday. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Well, can I ask you, what is your like Japanese language skill?
Zero, unfortunately.
Zero.
We do not
You
speak
can't speak Japanese.
No,
Okay.
no, only English.
Well, what do you think is difficult for people who can't speak Japanese in Japan? Like, what are some difficulties that you would face?
First of all, one of the biggest problems which we had was with public transport, because, as you know, there is no Suica or Pasmo card. It's only like in app version application, and this was quite a problem for us because we were lost. I mean, we didn't know what kind of ticket we should have bought, and we decided just to buy ordinary normal ticket. And unfortunately, due to the fact we bought it, there was no discount, so we had to pay extra. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
What do you think would be different if you were able to like speak Japanese?
Maybe we could, before arrival, we could read some information which were more accurate about this public transport at this removal of this Suica and Pasmo cards.
I see. This is the final question.
Yeah.
Where did you first feel like that huge language barrier after coming to Japan?
So just after we crossed the border, actually, because after exiting the airport.
First of all, we don't know your alphabet here at all. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah, completely. So we need to use translator.
What
like
do you?
to take picture and then transfer to our or English language.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
this is the main barrier. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. That's all the questions. Thank you so much for
Thank
the
you very
interview.
much. It was a pleasure to give you answers.
Have a good time.
You too. Thank you very much.
Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Sota.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Which country are you from?
I'm from France.
France.
Yeah.
Nice. How long have you been traveling or living here in Japan?
I'm in Japan since 1 year. Oh, 1 month. Sorry.
okay. You've
And
been-
I will be here for 6 months.
So you're gonna stay here for a pretty long time.
Yeah.
Well, how is your like Japanese language skill?
A little. I know some grammar concepts.
What do you think is like the first like big language barrier that you felt when you first came to Japan?
It was at my check-in to Itabashi City Hall.
Oh, okay.
The administrative staff don't speak English at all.
Okay.
So it was quite difficult.
It was hard to like communicate with
Yeah,
them.
but it's okay. We get rid of this.
Okay. Well, that's all the questions. Hope you enjoy Japan.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
So in this video, we interviewed foreign people and asked them if it's hard to travel or live in Japan with zero Japanese.
Yeah, and a lot of people said that like train stations and restaurants are pretty hard because there are a lot of lines and also a lot of stations, and it also limits like the number of restaurants you can go to or like specific items on the menu. But in a lot of cases, like tourist destinations, there are a lot of Japanese translations as well, and there will always be people who can help you. So, of course, it would be better to be able to speak a little Japanese, but I think you could get by with zero Japanese as well.
Yeah. But anyways, this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching our video today, and make sure to subscribe, push the like button, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!